Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com, here with your Thursday morning pre-market webcast. Okay, so first things first, the band ride has officially ended. We spent the entire day with no connection to the upper band. They took out the prior day low. So now we get to figure out, do we just have this orderly 3-day pullback? Do the bears have a little bit more? Are we going to retest 2605? You've got the daily mid-band today coming up to test that area. That's interesting to me. Yesterday was one of those quiet days that actually just traded really, really well. You had some lower highs and higher lows, kind of a triangle type thing on the ES short term. But it was a triangle that was trading in a 7, 8, 10 handle range. So, I mean, we very quietly put together a very solid day in the room. Just a lot of big chunk trades, 3s and 4s and 3s and 3s. Turned out to be about a 14 handle day on ES, just very quietly. No red trades, so that's the kind of day you can just kind of lock into. And we got stopped out on a bunch of runners, which is going to happen on days that kind of triangle. We were getting about 5 handles for a middle. You're looking for the breakdown. We focused on trading the short side yesterday because we traded the majority of yesterday below the weekly pivot. So as a general rule in this type of environment, I want to be short below the weekly pivot and I want to be long above it, because whoever controls weekly pivot is going to control the rest of this week, and that's a tip off as far as who's going to get the next part of this market short term. That would be the move to 2605 if the bears end up doing it. For the bulls, you're going to head back up and you're going to test areas like 48. You're going to test an area like 53. But it's all about weekly pivot. Both sides know this, which is why you're seeing what you're seeing. Like I said, we spent the majority of yesterday. They actually defended weekly pivot pretty well. They gave it up a little bit in the overnight. I'm not going to condemn them for that because it's it's Asia session, it's Europe session, it's the middle of the night. They're back below it now. They're coming down to test the area. They tested the area of daily pivot, 26, 28, 67. They need to convert that area as well. Most of all, they need a lower low. They need to get below yesterday's low at 26.20. They're going to have to deal with the monthly pivot, which is down in the 18.5 area. At that point, it's safe to say if they can convert monthly pivot that the bears would be in control, and those lows from last week are, they're achievable. If we make matching lows at 20, if it's a higher low, if they can't go any farther than daily pivot, then what you're going to see is you're going to see a move up and through the weekly pivot that, unlike last night, isn't going to come back. And we want to be long that move. Your marker on that move would be weekly pivot. So weekly pivot is the inflection point for today. I'll be interested to see if they try to walk it up this afternoon into jobs. They haven't really been doing that lately. The non-farm payroll report has not held the same kind of sway that it did a few years ago. And you're not seeing the big reactions to it Friday morning, at least not the last few times. Maybe in me saying this, we will get a gigantic reaction tomorrow. I don't know. But we never trade in anticipation of what jobs are going to do anyway, and I certainly wouldn't be doing it in this environment. Focus on the weekly pivot, who's in control of it, leave your bias at the door, and whoever wins it deserves your trade. Think of it that way, and you'll be fine. We're getting very picky in the room now. The room handles this week are pushing 50. So we're going to be really picky about setups and just kind of focus on keeping what we have the last couple of days, depending on what weekly pivot wants to do. All right, everybody have a great day. I'll be out with a wrap up at the end of the day. I will talk to you then. Trade them well. Have a good one. Follow us over on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Princeton Trader. Check us out on Facebook and join us for a free trial at www.princetontrader.com. Trade them well.